Welcome to another episode of What the Quote. I'm telling you, if I could record a behind the scenes, I'm telling you, it is hilarious. It is absolutely hilarious. The quote today, I'm very excited about. It is a quote by Alicia Dubé, and it says, "Healing does not mean the damage never existed. It means the damage no longer controls your life." So after I play the theme song that I wrote, we are going to chat a little bit about healing.
And with the quote, we create kind humans who speak kindness, show kindness. Be a kind human. Be a kind human.
So the quote that we are talking about today on What the Quote is a quote by Alicia Dubé. Healing does not mean the damage never existed. It means the damage no longer controls your life, by Alicia Dubé. And so let's talk a little bit about this, because one thing that I believe is that we are all very in tune to the hurt that we feel. Who did it, what time, the year, where we were at, what we were wearing, what they said, what we said, how we should have responded, things that we know every detail about the healing. But it seems as if that is where we stop, in the detail of the healing. The next question is, what do you do with it? After we have rehearsed, relearned, said, told 45 times how we were hurt, the depth of it, what is the next step? One thing that I am certain of is that I know exactly about the rehearsing of the hurt, because I used to do it all the time. Listen, there was a time when if somebody hurt my feelings, or if I felt someone had done me wrong, I would tell everybody about it. I would call this person, tell a story, that person, tell a story again, this person, tell a story. And then the next person, I would tell them the same story. I mean, I had to have told the same story to at least 6 or 7 different people. And so just think about that. Just think about that. Every time I think, okay, who else can I tell? Let me call this person. I call the person and I tell them, girl, can you believe this is such blah blah? This is what they did, blah blah. Can you believe it, blah blah? I am I am literally reliving the hurt, the disappointment, how I was feeling each and every time, which means that my emotions are enraged, upset, stressed. And then I get off the phone and I think, who else? Who can I tell next? And I get on the phone and I regurgitate it. But now it's almost as if it's at a higher level, because I have not released that stress. So I'm starting maybe at a 5 as I am retelling the story to the second person. And then I retell the story. And then I think of somebody else I could call. But at this time, I'm at a 7 and I retell the story. And then I tell it again, but I'm at a 10. So at this point, I could possibly be in tears. I could be screaming. I could be cussing, because I have retold this same story 4, 5, 6, 12,000 times. And so my insides or raging. I am upset. I may be crying. And the the thing to remember is that once my insides are at that heightened level and I'm stressed, what do I have in place to relieve the stress, to surrender to the stress, to let it go? Because just like Alicia says, the damage is continuing to control my life if I don't have something in place to help me with the healing of it. And so here is what here is my own here is my very own um, thought about healing in the process. A lot of us are very resistant to the things that would possibly help with our healing, that would support us in healing. And here are some of the things: meditation, journaling, gratitude, tapping, talk therapy, exercising, walking outside, praying. And so just think about that. How many of those things that could support you in healing are you actually willing to do on a consistent basis? Because we are living in stressful times, not to mention COVID, not to mention um, the great resignation, not to mention the shortages of this, that, and the other. Um, some of us are schooling our kids, and we don't have a degree in teaching. And so there's a lot of different things that we may be experiencing. And if you are not focusing on your healing journey, you may be stuck and experiencing sickness. You may be experiencing sadness because you don't have a way to release and begin the healing journey, the healing process, the healing practice that is required so that you don't continue to carry this baggage with you each and every day. And not only carry the baggage, but add to the baggage that you are carrying. And so Alicia's quote, healing doesn't mean the damage never existed. It means the damage no longer controls your life. So it may be that holding on to your hurt feelings, who did what, when they did it, is really um, giving you something, um, giving you the ability to play a victim, giving you the ability to seem like a martyr, giving you the ability to really stay stuck and continue replaying that, not taking any responsibility in your healing or the choices that you made. And so here's the thing: we have all been hurt on many different levels. But one of the things that I have found in my own life is when I am retelling this hurt over and over to different people, and when I listen to people retell that hurt over and over to me, there's a certain um, um, there's certain thoughts that I'm having and that they are probably having. There's a certain energy around the thoughts that I'm having because it's almost like if you're a boss and you have employees that come to you with problems, you don't really want to. When you see those employees coming, you're like, oh, here she go again. She's complaining. Rather than seeing a problem and then coming with possible solutions to the problem. And so I think sometimes it's easy for us to get the analogy of, hey, if you're talking about a problem, that's okay, but what solution do you have to your own healing? Is it a conversation with the person? If the person is no longer here, is it writing them a letter and then burning it? Is it surrendering? Is it prayer? What can you incorporate in your life that can move you from the hurt to the healing? Because nobody else can do that for you but you. You are the one who is responsible for healing you, nobody else. Because everybody else is trying to figure out what they can do to heal themselves. And so, I said a quote on social media this week that said, you're not responsible for the hurt that other people, that you experienced at the hands of other people. You're not responsible for that, but you are responsible for healing the hurt that you experienced at the hands of other people. And a lot of that may center around parents, relationships with significant others, and I get that we are very tuned in to the hurt that we are experiencing from other people. We are very in tune with the hurt. But I even as we move past being in tune with the hurt, there is something that you have to get to the point where you ask yourself about it. And that is, did I miss something? Did I, when I got in a relationship with this person, did what was there something in me that was like, mm, I know in my own life, I was in a relationship with somebody, and I specifically remember thinking, we should just be friends. I specifically remember thinking that to me, to myself. Did I listen? Nope, I did not listen. That is on me, because had I listened and we had just remained friends, maybe there would have been a different outcome. And it's not from a place of blame. It is from a place of learning the lessons that you need to learn for you to move you forward. And even as it relates to parents, because I love TikTok. Um, the reality of the situation as it relates to our parents and them raising us is literally our parents did the best they could. They did. Was it perfect? No. Did you experience some heartache and abuse from them? Perhaps. And they did the best they could. Maybe they were hurt. Maybe they didn't have an example from their parents. Not that it is excusing their behavior, because it is not. But when you continue to stay in that place and play the victim, you stay in that place and you continue to be the victim. You don't move towards healing. And if you have kids, you're not giving your kids everything they need. They they're probably gonna be in therapy for you, because you know what? You are doing the best that you can. And here's the thing, as it relates to relationships are here to teach us more about us. And so I'm engaged to this beautiful human being by the name, well, I won't say his name, but I'm engaged to this beautiful human being by the name of Dennis. And um, it's amazing because we are a lot alike. We are a lot alike in a lot of ways, and we are a lot different in a lot of ways. And when I look at him and how, listen, the way he moves through the world is, at times I am at awe because there are times where I am second guessing, should I do this, that, the other? And he is very clear. And this is how it is. He's very clear in his abundance. He's very clear in his prosperity. He's very clear. He has a plan. One of the jokes that we have between us is he is very clear as it relates to timing, and I am not so much. And so there are times where I'm like, hey, how long do you think it'll take me to do this? And he'll be like, such, blah, blah. Or I can say, what is 329 times 12? And he'll be like, blah, 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 whatever it is. And there's this learning that an appreciation that I have for the experiences that we have together. And just like the experiences with your parents, the experiences with those who you are in relationships with, it is an example of what you have to learn about you, because it's not about other people. It seems like it's about other people, but really it is literally about the relationship that you are having with yourself. So, the quote from Alicia Dubé is, healing does not mean the damage never existed. It means the damage no longer controls your life. So, what are some ways that you can move past the hurt into the healing so that you are no longer controlled by the hurt of your past? One of the things is to get the lesson. What has this experience taught you about you, not about other people? It's not that other people are selfish, other people are jacked up. It's not that. What has the situation taught you about you? Has it taught you something about your forgiveness, your self-love, your intuition? Has it taught you something about your ability to get out of your comfort zone, your ability to how powerful your thoughts are? What is the lesson that this hurt has taught you about you? So here's some homework for you. So I want you to write down one, two, or three situations that you have been in that you have been hurt. One, two, or three situations. Then I want you to write down three lessons that you have learned about you as a result of that hurt. Then I want you to pray 3 times a day for 3 consecutive days about that situation. 3 times, I want you to pray 3 times a day for 3 consecutive days about that situation. And then listen, tell me what happened. Send, go up under the thread. If you're watching on YouTube, tell me what happened as a result after the 3 days. That is a way that you no longer you no longer allow the hurt to control the rest of your life. And so, Yeah, let's just sit with that. Let's just sit with that because we're doing new things in the new year. And follow me on YouTube, follow me on TikTok. Everything's up under my name at Tawana Hill. And I'm excited about what we are going to be creating over these next couple of episodes. So here's my theme song. You want to hear it? Here it goes.
And with the quote, we create kind humans who speak kindness, show kindness. Be a kind human. Be a kind human.